Have you ever found yourself in a moment of intense stress or overwhelming anxiety, and suddenly the world around you seems to lose its sharpness? That unsettling experience where your vision blurs, becoming cloudy or even distorted, is something many people report during periods of high anxiety. It's a phenomenon that can feel quite alarming, adding yet another layer of concern to an already stressful situation. This connection between our psychological state and our visual clarity is known as anxiety-induced blurry vision. While it might sound surprising and has sometimes been debated, it's increasingly understood as a very real manifestation of the body's powerful fight-or-flight stress response. In our fast-paced world, where anxiety is a growing concern for many, understanding symptoms like this is more important than ever. Today, we're going to explore why this happens, what it feels like, and most importantly, what you can do about it to bring both your vision and your mind back into focus. So, why does anxiety, a feeling, translate into something as physical as blurry vision? The answer lies in the intricate ways our mind and body are connected, particularly through the body's stress response system. When anxiety kicks in, your body prepares for perceived danger, triggering a cascade of physiological changes designed for survival. Many of these changes, directly or indirectly, can impact your eyes and your ability to see clearly. One of the primary culprits is the release of stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. Adrenaline, in particular, affects your pupils. During moments of fear or stress, your pupils dilate, meaning they get larger. This allows more light to enter your eyes, which in a true emergency could help you spot threats more effectively. However, in our modern world, this often happens when there's no physical threat, and the increased light can reduce your depth of field, making it harder for your eyes to focus clearly on objects, resulting in that temporary blurriness. Beyond hormonal shifts, muscle tension plays a significant role. Anxiety often leads to widespread muscle tightness, and the muscles around your eyes are no exception. When these tiny muscles are strained, they can struggle to adjust and focus properly, leading to eye strain and that familiar blurry sensation. Imagine trying to read a book while clenching your jaw tightly. The tension can extend, subtly but effectively, to affect other delicate muscle groups. Another common anxiety symptom that can affect vision is hyperventilation, or rapid, shallow breathing. When you hyperventilate, it can reduce the amount of carbon dioxide in your blood. This imbalance affects oxygenation to both your brain and your eyes, which can manifest as dizziness, lightheadedness, and yes, temporary blurry vision. It's your body's way of signaling that something is off kilter. Even something as seemingly minor as dry eyes can be linked to anxiety. Stress can decrease tear production, leaving your eyes feeling gritty, uncomfortable, and making your vision less sharp. Recent research has even suggested a link between higher anxiety levels and an increased risk of developing chronic dry eye syndrome, highlighting just how deeply intertwined our emotional and physical health truly are. Furthermore, chronic anxiety can impact your vascular system, your blood vessels. Prolonged stress can affect blood flow throughout the body, including to the delicate structures of your eyes. Some studies are exploring connections between higher anxiety levels and conditions like glaucoma, emphasizing the importance of managing stress for overall eye health. It's also important to understand the psychological feedback loop that can occur. The experience of blurry vision itself can be incredibly unsettling. For someone already prone to anxiety, this visual disturbance can trigger further anxiety or even panic attacks, creating a challenging cycle. Individuals with anxiety may become hypersensitive to minor bodily changes, making visual disturbances feel even more alarming and serious than they might be. Now, while anxiety can cause blurry vision, it is absolutely essential to remember that it's equally important to rule out other potential medical or ocular conditions. This type of blurred vision is typically temporary and often accompanied by other common anxiety symptoms, such as a rapid heartbeat, sweating, trembling, or a feeling of dread. However, persistent blurry vision always warrants a visit to a healthcare professional. There's an ongoing discussion in the medical community about just how common anxiety-induced blurry vision is as a direct cause. While some sources describe it as a frequent anxiety symptom, others suggest that more research is still needed to clarify its extent as a sole or primary cause. This simply underscores the complexity of the mind-body connection and the need for a comprehensive approach when experiencing such symptoms. Another fascinating nuance is the bidirectional relationship. Blurry vision can be a symptom of anxiety, but the very experience of blurred vision itself can also trigger or worsen anxiety and panic attacks.
This creates that challenging feedback loop we mentioned, making it harder to discern the primary cause without professional help. This is why a thorough checkup with an eye care professional and a general practitioner is non-negotiable to distinguish anxiety-related blurriness from more serious conditions like refractive errors, other forms of dry eye syndrome, glaucoma, or even binocular vision dysfunction. If you've ruled out other causes and suspect anxiety is indeed at play, the good news is there are many effective ways to manage this symptom by addressing the root cause, your anxiety. First, stress management techniques are invaluable. Practices like deep breathing exercises, progressive muscle relaxation, meditation, mindfulness, and yoga can significantly calm your nervous system, reducing the physiological cascade that leads to blurry vision. These aren't just feel-good activities, they are powerful tools for physiological regulation. Next, consider your lifestyle changes. Regular physical exercise is a fantastic anxiety reducer, helping to release tension and balance hormones. A healthy diet, limiting stimulants like excessive caffeine and sugar, adequate sleep, and proper hydration all contribute to your overall well-being and can lessen anxiety symptoms. For immediate eye comfort, simple eye care tips can help. Taking regular breaks from screens, practicing frequent blinking, applying warm compresses to your eyes, and using over-the-counter lubricating eye drops, if professionally recommended, can alleviate dry eye and strain. When it comes to addressing the anxiety itself, therapeutic interventions are often the most effective. Cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, helps you identify and challenge negative thought patterns that fuel anxiety. Counseling and other forms of therapy can provide tools and strategies for managing stress and processing underlying issues. In some cases, if anxiety is severe and impacting your daily life, medical interventions like medication prescribed by a healthcare provider may be necessary to help manage your anxiety symptoms, thereby indirectly improving your visual clarity.
The good news is that for most people, when the underlying anxiety is successfully addressed, vision generally returns to normal. This journey towards clarity, both mental and visual, often involves a combination of self-care and professional guidance. So if you're experiencing blurry vision alongside anxiety, remember you're not alone, and there are concrete steps you can take. Acknowledging these symptoms is the first step towards understanding them and ultimately finding your way back to clear vision and peace of mind.